The Boston Transportation Department and the Public Works Department design, build, and maintain streets throughout the city of Boston. The design of our streets influences how you get around Boston. We're going to introduce some design tools that make our streets and sidewalks safer and easier for everyone. Whether you're a parent with young children, an older adult, or a person using a wheelchair or white cane. This is Jerry. He's a Boston resident. We're going to follow him on a tour of some of these street design tools. You might not notice these designs at first, but you can find them all across Boston. And we are working to build more where they are appropriate. First, we're going to check out curb extensions. Curb extensions are a design tool we can use to make crosswalks shorter and safer. They are also sometimes called bump outs or bulb outs. On a street like this, they're usually a bit narrower than a parked car or truck. When you approach a crosswalk with a curb extension, you are more visible to drivers, and oncoming cars are more visible to you. If you're driving, cars parked on the side of the street can make it harder to see what's coming ahead. You might not see important things, like Jerry as he approaches the crosswalk. Curb extensions push parking away from the crosswalk or intersection. As a driver, you will be able to spot people crossing from farther away and will be better prepared to slow down and stop. Curb extensions shorten the distance from one side of the street to the other. That means you're in the street for less time, reducing your exposure to vehicle traffic. They also provide more space to build ramps that meet our standards and requirements for accessibility. We've built lots of curb extensions over the years, and we're working to build more. Another design tool we can use is a raised crosswalk. A raised crosswalk is at the same height as the sidewalk. Raised crosswalks are like a speed hump and a crosswalk in one. Drivers have to slow down to go over a raised crosswalk. And it's an extra reminder that drivers must yield to people crossing. Raised crosswalks improve accessibility for everybody who travels around Boston. They can be smoother and more comfortable for people who use wheelchairs. They also help anyone pushing a stroller or wheeling a grocery cart. Sometimes, our curb ramps lead to low points in the street. Water and snow can pool, making it harder to navigate. With raised crosswalks, water drains away from the pedestrian path of travel. We are rebuilding troublesome ramps with a goal of full accessibility within the next 10 years. We are building raised crosswalks in many places in Boston. We prioritize putting raised crosswalks across smaller streets near parks, schools, and other public buildings. We also include them in street redesign projects by putting them across smaller streets that intersect with bigger ones. In some places, we will use both curb extensions and raised crosswalks.
The next time you're out on the street, look for these design tools. Think about how they make it easier for me, you, and your neighbors to cross the street.